Michael Figured, Conversations.
This year I really got into financial literacy, and I noticed that I knew nothing about money. I was not really invested with money, but also at the time I was still a teenager. Money didn't really matter to me. It actually never really mattered to me when I was a teenager. I didn't do lots of uh, jobs, teenage jobs to get lots of money,
Mm-hmm.
but I also wasn't a really big spender. Like I didn't do very expensive traveling. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't went to very large music festivals or so. So I had very little costs. I went to parties that were in the neighborhood, like scouts parties and stuff like that. Those are the cheap things,
Yeah.
and I could always find my way around with the things I did. I gave training in jump rope. There I got some money, and mostly I worked on the animated playing grounds. That was like
Mm-hmm.
really my passion, uh, where I found a lot of fun in. Mostly it was as a volunteer, but when you gain some experience and you get a little more
Mm-hmm.
responsibility, you get paid a little more. So I actually never thought about money. Wasn't really
What did you do
interested
with your
into.
money then that you earned? Because you said you didn't spend it. It was just.
The thing I actually always just had enough. Like
No.
at one point I would have to buy a new cell phone. Okay, then I always had like enough. I didn't really save a lot. I didn't really had to draw a
Okay,
lot of
okay.
out of my savings. I just always had enough. It
Okay,
was
okay.
just always fine to come around. But then like I always said when I'm going to go working, I'm gonna start learning more about money
Yep.
and what I can do with my money. And I started last year when the lockdown came,
Mm-hmm.
and ever since it has been such a difference for me.
I mean, if you
Like
started investing in March, a lot of the stock market was just down. So if you invested at that point, I mean, at this point, it should be up quite a bit, right?
yeah, I'm up quite a bit, yeah. Uh, but I still feel like there's so much to learn and
Mm-hmm.
uh so much still to experience. But it's such valuable information
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
know what's going around and what you can do with your
Mm-hmm.
money.
It's
And
a pity that they don't teach you that from the ages from 12 until 18, for example. You never have that kind of information, or they might mention it once, but not anything practical. Well,
Mhm.
if we knew by the age of 18, for example, how the stock market worked, or how the financial system kind of worked, we could have started already investing at that point if we did some kind of holiday job and put just some money aside into an account on that end. And it would have been such a big advantage at our age right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, you only learn about all that stuff if you do a specific course after you're 18, or if you just look it up yourself. And yeah.
Indeed, I don't know. Did you get some financial literacy from your parents? Because I really
Well,
believe that it's a parent's job to do that, but
I mean,
in my family that wasn't the case.
my parents were very big on the saving part. So actually, every time I got money from a holiday job, they were like, "Oh, but put aside some money. It's better." And at that age, you kind of just listen to your parents. So you just, I mean, you're like, okay, okay, I'll put aside half of what I made into my bank account. So that's the thing on the financial side that I learned from then, and I'm still very grateful because I'm a big saver right now as well, and it's also pretty easy in this in this period to save a lot of money, of course. But on the investing parts, I never got any information. I do have an
Same.
uncle that is kind of investing, but I mean, I was a small kid, so he didn't really talk about the stock market with me. And also, I wouldn't really, maybe at that age, I wouldn't have been interested anyways.
Yeah. Also, I saw it in like economics in the classes economics that I had, but I never I knew how it worked, but I never knew like how can I get into it? How what do I need? That
Mm-hmm.
was also
Mm-hmm.
something that I had to experience, that I had to find out on myself. But now it's like a really big passion to me. I watch investing videos.
Yep.
Almost every day I'm checking my portfolio. Uh,
But
and
that's
it's
not necessarily a good thing to do, right? You need to let
no,
it
no, no,
rest
no,
there.
no.
And
You can't be too involved. But
yeah, but
I can
I do the
manage
same.
my emotions.
Every day I'm just checking. Oh, am I up or down? But I think that's just something you do in the beginning. As long as you don't act on it
Indeed,
impulsively,
indeed.
then it's fine. I think.
Yeah, that's the key. But I'm not really going to. Yeah, that's also part of financial literacy, of course. Not responding in an emotional way, just
Yep.
keeping your course. But it's fulfilling to see
Yep.
if it's up for a day, but then also when you're down for a day, it's also like, oh damn. Don't forget don't forget everything that goes up must come down.
Yeah, I do have some of them that I bought. Like I have mostly ETFs, but I do have some individual stocks. But the one that were recommended to me, they are doing badly, and the ones that I pick myself are doing great, probably by accident. But but anyways, but they kind of cancel each other out. So like a diverse portfolio is also one of the first things that I learned is very important. So
Hmm.
I try to keep that in mind while
One of
investing.
the things I blame myself for is not buying into Tesla when the stock split
Ah,
came.
yeah, yeah. I
Like,
think yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, at that point, I think I just started learning about it. So I was like, okay, let's set up an account to start dealing in the stock market, and I wasn't sure if I should put money in it because I think at that point was it after the split, it was 60 euros or something for a stock, or
It was
how much?
400.
Oh, 400 already. Okay, but 400 would have been fine. But now it's at I don't know. It's at 800 or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but there's a lot of stock that's cheaper. I mean, individually cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
That also raises quite a bit.
As
So
indeed,
Tesla is
that's
just
what
a
we
kind
have
of
to get
a cool
into.
one to have, I guess.
We have to find the next Teslas because we don't have the money to pay the current ones.
I found a company, an electric company that
And
I
it's
bought some
called
stock of,
Neo.
and it's called New, and it's at this point it's still doing great, but who knows? Probably on Monday there will
Say
be a
no, no.
correction.
They had. I'm also invested in Neo, and they had a launch.
Yeah,
They're working together with
yesterday.
Nvidia,
Yep.
so it's looking good for us.
I mean, yeah, it's looking good at this point, but it has been since, I mean, it's been rising so fast that I think on Monday probably there will be some kind of correction. But if we just keep on to the ones we
I
have, it should be fine. I think over the long run, at least.
I'm really afraid of a stock market correction in this year. I believe there's coming another drop, but this is we're talking a lot about financial literacy. It's
About
not a. Is this okay?
sure. We just talk about whatever comes our way, right? I mean,
Okay.
well, just to be clear, and I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm not a professional at all. So I'm just
Yeah, I'm not a professional advisor, so
we
don't
we
pay.
don't know anything. We didn't.
Yeah,
Don't listen to us, please. But I
don't
mean,
sue us. Don't sue us.
I yeah, but I didn't know you were into this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to keep it a little under the radar
Mm-hmm,
as
mm-hmm.
well.